So next on the list of the little mini Kilian reviews is Back to Black. This was kind of the first one that I fell in love with. This one really kind of got me into fragrances and is really just one of my favourite fragrances ever. So yeah, no waffle, I'll get straight into it. Now in the opening there's a lot of listed notes for this, and I think a lot are kind of maybe a bit of nonsense, and some of it's just kind of what you get for me. Anyway, it opens up beautifully sweet and classy. You get the tobacco straight away, but it's like a smooth, gorgeous pipe tobacco, and sort of surrounding that is like this boozy kind of cherry, raspberry, whatever you like to call it. It's like a dark, cheeky sweetness to it there. And with the cardamom and several of the other notes, maybe the honey starting to come through straight away, it gives it this almost boozy kind of feel, you know, having a pipe and a glass of cherry brandy. And it's just it's a beautiful, smooth, silky smooth, so smooth kind of sensation. It's very classy, and immediately I think you're kind of drawn to this seductive kind of fragrance. So that's the opening. As it moves into the mids, that beautiful sweetness from the cherry kind of stays in the background, but it starts to get more of the honey coming through, and it even gets a little bit of a kind of waxy feel. I'm not going to go listing all the notes in it. There's obviously, it's a Kilian, there's a beautiful muskiness that surrounds it all, but it's like this rich, almost dark tobacco sitting in a pub, you know, like I said, smoking this pipe and this cherry brandy, being surrounded by all these people. It's warm, everyone wants to sniff you. It's kind of this really, it's one of these that really does bring you in and makes you want to sniff your neck. I can't stop sniffing it when I'm wearing it, and as it develops more and more, it tends to get even smoother. The sweetness starts to dip away a little bit, and you do get that gingerbread. This is a gingerbread note, but it is like an almost kind of, to me, like a cakey vanillic ginger. Obviously there's them notes in it, and that gives it this little bit of a warm spice in there. And again, the cardamom still, it fades away, but that cherry brandy lingers in the background, giving it a nice sharp edge. I think there's almond in it as well, which obviously helps that as well. Gives it that little bit of a sharp sweetness cutting through it, otherwise it'd be very sticky, sweet, and a bit too much. Now this is one you'd not wear on a hot day, it will be far too clean, but I think on a cool day it's just that lovely warm kind of beauty about it. And then we again, not going to waffle on about it. It doesn't change, it's not one of them that changes massively again, but it does go through little stages and stuff. As you get into the dry down, that waxiness kind of disappears, and the honey sweetens up a bit to me. Not too much. The cherry lingers in the background, and then you start to get the woods and the tonka coming through, and I think the tonka tames that waxiness and gives it more of a smoother, warmer edge, and it just kind of lingers down into that. Now it does get closer to the skin, but it's one of them sorts of fragrances that you don't want to be too bombastic and what have you. And you know, more of a snuggle kind of intimate kind of fragrance. And yeah, I mean that's all I really need to say. It smooths out, lingers down, soft, silky still, but cozy. And the cherry and almond, if you like, still giving it that little bit of an edge and that little bit of a naughty sweetness in there. So yeah, that's Kilian's Back to Black. So yeah, obviously another brief one again. Like I say, it's not massively complex. There are lots of little facets in it. It develops, and there's lots of beautiful little twists and turns in it. But all in all, it's this very smooth, beautiful, magical tobacco. Like nothing, I've never smelt anything that's as good as this. This is not your obnoxious Naxos or Amen or anything like that. This is Kilian's own fragrance. It doesn't have that too sweetness. It's not particularly loud and obnoxious. It's kind of just a beautiful, easygoing, smooth tobacco, which feels a little bit boozy in bits. It's just magnificent. Anyway, waffling on. This was the fragrance. I was obviously inspired by that. Tried first of this, and this is what ultimately got me hooked on Kilian and niche fragrances. Like I say, I took one sniff of it and I thought, I can't believe fragrances actually smell like this. Obviously it's not niche in the sense it's anything kind of, you know, way out there or particularly crazy or anything like that, but I'd obviously only ever smelt designers and stuff before. It just blew my mind, and obviously I tried more and more and more, and it was the first Kilian I bought. Yeah, it's only a refill, but it does, you know, I mean, to put it in an atomizer, still back to black, isn't it? And it's the one that started the fire, ignited the spark and the interest and the craziness about all of this, I guess. But what about you? What were the fragrances that stopped you just buying, you know, the odd designer here and there? What ignited the fire for you? What sort of got you really interested in this? What was your first Kilian? What's your favourite Kilian? Do you love this? Is this the best tobacco you smelt? Right, all the questions, I'll stop. Right, thanks folks, bye.